What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel and welcome back to your video. Today I'm doing race 6 for the 2025 Autotrader EchoPark Automotive 400. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This week in the NASCAR Cup Series has the Dover International Speedway, a 1-mile racetrack that can provide some really crazy racing from time to time, can see some big wrecks and a lot of cars torn up, and can sometimes have some solid and really good finishes at the track. The last time we ran at Dover International Speedway, we saw Denny Hamlin pick up his third and final win, holding up a hard charge and Kyle Larson to score that win. He'll be looking to pick up his fourth win of 2025 this weekend at Dover. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather currently at the moment for this weekend is not looking too hot. It's going to be 84 degrees high with 74 degrees as the low with a 60% chance of rain with showers throughout the day. There's a very good chance this race could get postponed potentially to Monday. Also could get postponed to Tuesday as well. We'll just have to kind of wait and see with the weather. But there's a good chance for the first time in 2025 we could see a postponement in the NASCAR Cup Series. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks usually work. I do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers I expect to struggle throughout the weekend who I don't think will be really good at this type of track or have been struggling at these types of tracks throughout the year. I do 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers who desperately need a good run, who I think will have a really good run this weekend or really good at this type of track. And I do my winners pick, the driver who thinks is going to win the race overall. And I do the ones you need to watch out for, and usually for the Cup Series, I got 5 drivers you need to watch out for along with the race winner. So now, let's jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the 2025 Autotrader EchoPark Automotive 400? My first suck pick for this weekend at Dover is the driver of the number 88 car for Trackhouse Racing, Shane Van Gisbergen. Look, Shane Van Gisbergen, SPG, has been the hottest driver in the NASCAR Cup Series over the last 5 or 6 weeks as he has 3 wins, but all of those are on road courses. He's going to probably go back a little bit more to reality on the ovals where I think he's going to run in the mid to back of the pack, though I will say he has gotten better on ovals over the course of the last couple times. In the previous 7 oval races, he had 30 place average finish. The last 7, he's had a 22nd place average finish. I think Shane will get better as time goes on these ovals, but right now I think he'll struggle a little bit. I think he's going to be in that 20th to 25th range, which won't be bad all things considered, but he won't be contending for an option at winning this weekend at Dover. My second suck pick for this weekend at Dover is the driver of the 21 car for the Wood Brothers, Josh Berry. Josh Berry started this year off on a really strong note. This 21 team had a ton of pace and a lot of speed, and of course got that win at Las Vegas. But since the early portion of the year, and since he won at Las Vegas, the 21 team just hasn't really had it. Josh Berry's only had 1 top 10 finish since that win, that of course being a top 10, I believe finishing 6th at Kansas. Granted, there's been some bad luck for the 21 team at times throughout the season, but there just isn't that consistent pace and speed. Yes, he's been way better than Harrison Burton has been in this car, but that's not really saying much. I think Berry's going to unfortunately struggle. I know this historically is a good track for Josh Berry, but I don't think Berry's going to be a factor. I think it might be a struggle for him this weekend at Dover. And now we'll go ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the 2025 Autotrader EchoPark Automotive 400. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Dover International Speedway is the driver of the A car for Richard Childress Racing, Kyle Busch. The last 2 weeks, this A team has been starting to show a lot more speed. Kyle Busch scored a top 5 finish at the Chicago Street Course, and despite spinning, he came back and finished in 10th at Sonoma. And remember last year, Kyle Busch had a really good run at Dover. He won the pole the last years we've been there, and he's been pretty good at Dover the last couple of years. A good track from historically. I think Kyle Busch actually could be a factor. He could have a chance an opportunity at least to get another top 10. He's also put himself back in a conversation where he could potentially make it in on points. I think Kyle Busch could have a chance and opportunity to do really, really well this weekend at Dover. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Dover is a driver of the 54 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs has been doing a really good job over the last 7-8 weeks. After having a terrible start to the season where we were questioning why he was behind the wheel of the 54 in the first place, since Chris Gabehart has come on and worked with this team, Ty Gibbs has failed to finish outside of the top 15. In fact, I think he's had 7 or 8 consecutive top 15s in a row, and I like where the 54 team is headed. Compared to last year where this team fell off near the end of the year, they're really starting to show a lot of consistency. Speed. They're putting a lot of effort into trying to make Ty fast. I think Ty actually will have a very, very strong run. I think there's an outside chance and opportunity and possibility that Ty can maybe get his first career NASCAR Cup Series win this weekend at Dover. And now we'll go ahead and jump on to the winner's pick for the 2025 Autotrader EchoPark Automotive 400. Who am I picking to win? The driver who I'm picking to win this weekend at Dover is someone who's been extremely good so far this year. We're finally going to get someone who is going to have 4 wins in 2025, but it's probably not the driver you are expecting me to pick. The driver I'm picking to win this weekend at Dover is the driver of the 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin. I think Denny Hamlin is going to become the first driver with 4 wins so far in 2025 and is going to break the tie with Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, and Shane Van Gisbergen. Denny Hamlin historically is really good at Dover. He's won here a couple times in the past, including last year, and I really like the direction the 11 team is going at this moment. Outside of a couple runs that really haven't been his fault where the crashes have been, this 11 team, in my opinion, has been the fastest team consistently recently. I think Hamlin is going to be very, very good. I think Joe Gibbs Racing, with their historically being really good here, I think that it's going to be a great weekend for Denny Hamlin. I think he's going to have a fantastic chance and opportunity, and I think he will be the guy that will go to victory lane this weekend at Dover. And now we're going to go ahead and jump on to drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Dover. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Dover is the driver of the 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson. Yes, I know Kyle Larson the last 6 or 7 races has not been really that good, and for the first time since the Coke 600, Kyle Larson actually led laps at Sonoma. But this is historically one of Kyle Larson's best tracks, as he's led over 900 laps in the Cup Series at this track. I think this could be a chance for him to rebound. I think he will be a major factor for the win. I was almost considering picking him, but because of the inconsistencies, I can't entirely pick him at this point for the win. But I think he will be a pretty big factor for an opportunity to maybe get it done this weekend at Dover. The second driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Dover is the driver of the 9 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. This 9 team is on a roll currently at the moment. They've had, of course, no finishes outside of the top 20 throughout the year for the first 20 races of this season, and Chase has had a lot of top 5s and top 10s, including a win most recently at Atlanta a couple weeks back. I think Chase is going to be a factor for this win. He's very good at Dover historically. He's won here not once but twice, including a race in 2022. I think that 9 team is bringing a lot of the speed they need. I think Chase will have a really good run this weekend at Dover International Speedway. The third driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Dover is the driver of the 45 car for 2311 Racing, Tyler Reddick. The last 5 or 6 weeks, this 45 team has really been clicking. Yes, they're likely going to be an uncharted team going into this weekend at Dover, but I don't think it's going to distract them. Tyler Reddick has been pretty good at Dover in the past. He has a solid average finish at this track, and I think the 45 team is going to do what they can to try to kind of brush off the stuff going on with the loss between 25 and front row and Bubba Wallace being involved at Michael Jordan as well. I think Tyler Reddick will have a pretty good and solid run in that 45 this weekend at Dover. The fourth driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Dover is the driver of the 24 car for Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron. I don't believe William Byron has ever won a race here in the NASCAR Cup Series, but Byron has been pretty good so far this year. Yes, he had a bad stretch of races, but he rebounded and had a really good run at Sonoma, finishing inside the top 5. I think Hendrick is going to bring a lot of speed, trying to get back the momentum they had early in the year, and I think William Byron will be a pretty big factor for the victory. This is a good track historically for the Hendrick Motorsports team. I think it's going to be a fantastic run. I think Byron could have a chance and opportunity. He's not won since the Daytona 500. I think he's got a good chance to break that streak this weekend at Dover. And the fifth and final driver I think you should watch out for this weekend at Dover is a driver of the 1 car for Trackhouse Racing, Ross Chastain. I expect Ross Chastain to be a pretty big factor this weekend. Ross has been pretty good at this track in the past. He had a really good car in 2023, despite getting into a little bit of beef with Kyle Larson in the event. And also Ross Chastain and the Trackhouse team, I feel like especially since they brought Todd Meredith in now, I think this team is going to start showing a lot more speed, and they do heat up during the second half of the season normally. It would not surprise me or shock me if Ross does get his second win of the year, of course, won the Coke 600. I think Ross Chastain will be a pretty big factor to be in chance and opportunity to potentially pick up the win this weekend at Dover. So, those are my race picks for the 2025 Autotrader EchoPark Automotive 400 at Dover. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Shane Van Gisbergen and Josh Berry. My underdog picks are Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs. My winner's pick is Denny Hamlin. And the ones to watch out for are Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, William Byron, and Ross Chastain. Those are my race picks. So that is going to be it for the race 6 video for the 2025 Autotrader EchoPark Automotive 400 at Dover International Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. List goes below that, and comment below your picks both for this weekend at Dover. Who are your picks? Let me know your suck picks, your underdog picks, your winners pick, and let me know the drivers you're watching out for this weekend at Dover. Let me know your picks in the comments below. If we do get any major news breaking later today, we'll discuss it live on the channel. Also expect the NASCAR Xfinity Series picks for Dover to come out later today as well. Then tomorrow we're going to have the paint scheme video most likely dropping, and we're also going to have a news video most likely dropping on the channel on Thursday. If we don't get a ton of news, of course, today, then we'll push that probably to Friday, and we'll probably do a couple of news videos on Friday, and then we'll do some special video on Thursday as well. We got a lot of content coming at people like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Carl Arts, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Charlotte Creed, Sam Mayer, Frankie Muniz, Clear Zafron, Dodge Ram, you name it, Tony Breidinger, Bubba Wallace, Ryan Priest, all the good stuff. We talk about this stuff on the channel in the coming days and weeks. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content, other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.